exciting for Mozilla and Mozillians. We were just finishing up a little question about unagis and updates, the Phantom Marketplace Calculator updates. I put that in the anything else section so we can follow up on it, but it sounds like it's not just you, Tyler. So because it isn't just you, I suspect it is a known problem that is probably fixed in the commercial release. I don't know why it would be in 1.1 right now, but Naoki reads these too, and he can probably give us more insights next time he's with us.
Awesome.
Okay, previous action items, Ralph, thanks for putting those bugs, that link in for the YouTube playback bug. This is also something that was showing up on the first build that was available on the Geeks phones. And I filed a bug on it just to make sure it was filed, and it was closed immediately, as resolved works for me. So I do think this bug is fixed. And I have a new device, which is why I'm not testing my Unagi right now and seeing what you're seeing, Tyler, but that's running 101, and YouTube playback is fine there in all the ways that you can play back YouTube videos on the phone.
Yeah.
So the QA update, Cheng and I saw Naoki on Friday, and he is in San Diego this week working on Leo builds. He's going to sync back up with us again next week. He's the reason I have the phone building with the 1.0.1 build, which is great, very helpful. It's looking really good. He linked a release checklist for 101 and some Firefox for Android stats for performance from Kevin Brosnan, who is the QA lead for Android. And stability nightly saw some action over the weekend. Nothing huge for other channels.
That is correct.
Correct. Okay. Thanks to Naoki for always putting in some nice updates, even though he's very busy. Okay. Firefox OS update. We do have Help Article Day tomorrow. Woohoo! Thanks to everyone working on Firefox OS Help articles. Of course, I woke up in the middle of the night last night. 1.1 documentation. All the new things in 1.1. I mean, I think the major thing, everyone's talked about a lot recently is the MMS support. But certainly there are other things that we should probably just start scoping. So maybe we can spend a little time tomorrow looking at the differences in 1.1 and thinking about what articles we could put together for that. Still waiting for our shipment of Geeks phones. Huge sad face. We're supposed to show up in Mountain View allegedly yesterday, but no word yet. I just pinged about it and heard no word. Still, London is as close as we have to anyone with devices, Geeks phone devices. I guess it was last week that they went on sale again and then sold out again on their Geeks phone website. Exciting stuff. And then there was an engagement camp in Colombia last weekend that was a huge success. It was like 90 people, partners, contributors, Mozillians. Rosanna Ardilla attended from our team and made some contacts with support at Movistar Colombia, which is great. She's going to meet with them again next week because we are going to do some stand-up training for our Tier 1 support team at Movistar next week. Ralph is going to lead that. We're going to have 2 days. One day is English, so I'll get to participate and talk about how we do support and what we know, and an overview of the features Firefox OS and things that we think, you know, could be confusing, but which have workarounds, things that could manifest as problems that actually are working as designed. Um, and our contact, the support lead at Telefonica, will do some tools training. We'll help them have a sense of what the debugging tools are like. And then Ralph is going to be in Madrid in person to meet with them and to present to their tier 1 group, like 10 people, I think, and give them an overview of support training. Oh, I was hoping Evi was going to come. We need Evi here. Where is he? Let me try to get Evi. And it's okay if he doesn't come, actually. Ralph, do you want to do a little bit of your training for us? We'll get it recorded, and then Evi can watch it back later.
Sure. Yeah, actually, I just found out. So the training I was gonna do was going to be with how to import contacts, and I just found out that the simulator supposedly has a little bug on the contact setting.
Oh,
So I'll do a different one. So I would just wing a different one. So I apologize if I get something wrong or.
That's okay. We can look at the context bug too if that's the one that you're practiced on. We don't care if there's a bug in the context simulator.
I mean, the problem is that there's no way to import the contact, or it seems, on the simulator.
Oh, right.
So you click on the button and it just doesn't work.
Right.
But sure. So what I'll be doing is how to add an email account. And what Michelle and I talked about was about me doing a train, just going over this one little feature, doing it in Spanish just to see my voice, make sure that I don't know, try it out a little bit, and then be able to look back and then hopefully that will help with the other parts of the training also. So I apologize if some of you don't speak Spanish and don't understand anything that I'm saying, but please feel free to look at me and or give out any comments or anything.
I know. Are you going to share your screen? Can you share your
Yeah.
screen?
So let me see.
What do you mean? I learned Spanish last week.
Was it by
just kidding.
Was it by drinking tequila?
Yeah, with Evi, I was wearing orange tequila.
Is there another way to learn Spanish?
So let's see, share screen.
Ooh. Cool.
Are you guys being able to see my my Firefox OS simulator screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Video works every single time now.
Okay. Muy bueno. Entonces, ahora vamos a aprender cómo agregar una cuenta de email utilizando la aplicación del enderezo utilizando la aplicación de email. De vez en cuando puede pasar que el usuario tiene la aplicación de email aquí abajo, abajo en la bandeja de navegación, o puede pasar que el usuario tiene la aplicación de correo aquí. Entonces, vamos a clicar en la aplicación y una vez que yo no he configurado una cuenta de email todavía, entonces la primera cosa que se pasa es que la configuración para agregar una nueva cuenta es exhibida. Entonces, bueno, aquí vamos a poner el nombre. Aquí voy a poner mi enderezo de email. Y acá es la contraseña. Bueno, entonces este nombre es el nombre que el usuario va a ser recibido al enviar un email. Y ese es el enderezo de email. Entonces la contraseña. Bueno, ahora está diciendo.
Ah.
So it's saying, yeah, it's saying password invalid.
That's a long one. Bueno,
Sí.
todo listo. Entonces, cuando se pone la contraseña correcta, eso se pasa bien. When you put the right password, it works. Entonces, continuar con el correo. O si quisieras, podría agregar otro correo también y ya se pasa todo automático. Ya mire que los emails ya están agregados en las listas y ya puede mirar el email de la nueva cuenta. Si quisieras agregar otro email, puede clicar, puede presionar acá, que has recibido las pastas diferentes del email y aquí abajo tiene las configuraciones. Entonces puede agregar una nueva cuenta. Por ejemplo. Y todo listo.
Todo listo.
Entonces ahora ya está las dos cuentas, la de Gmail y de Mozilla. Entonces, así, así se puede agregar las nuevas cuentas de email. So, does anybody have any questions?
Sí.
Cool.
Como dice, no, I don't know anything. I don't know any Spanish.
So about the only thing that I would suggest is using a different email, like setting up a fake Gmail address. So they're not looking at your inbox when, just in case you don't know what's going to be in there when you type in all that stuff.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. Definitely.
Yeah, BatmanRalph@gmail.com might not be taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, very good suggestion. So should I keep using Gmail or a different one?
Which market is this for? I know you're addressing them in Spain, but is it for which market? I guess use the email that's the most popular in the market these people will be supporting. If that's Gmail, then that's cool. If it's Yahoo or whatever else they support.
That's a
Hotmail.
good question. I don't know the answer to that question, but I'm sure we can
And
find
if you don't know, just use Gmail.
And so, well, thank you guys for for letting me ramble in Spanish a little bit. One thing that I noticed was that I did get stuck on some words, so it's I think I'll try to practice a little bit some of these keywords, and so that I don't get stuck so much or try to figure out and end up speaking Portuguese to them.
Right.
Well, what I did, if I have to be proficient in German, which I've only done twice in my life, thankfully, is I write down the key sentences in German and improvise the rest. Just because You don't want to get the key. You're exactly right. You don't want to get the key verbs in English or Portuguese by mistake.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, me embarrassing myself, that's the least of the worries. But
Yeah.
The worst case scenario would be confusing the agents and having them stay confused until after I leave. So that's another very good suggestion.
Yeah, and like getting maybe Rosanna or a native Spanish speaker to just check those key sentences are correct. I know you won't mess it up, but I mean, just so that you have no uncertainty.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I know you're 99% fluid, but sometimes the 1% makes a difference for key points.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I can also use a lot of this training. Michelle shared with me like a dump of all the articles that we have in Spanish.
Oh, even better. Yeah.
So I'll be able. I mean, they have a lot of step-by-step procedures with these keywords, and I think I'll be able to use that so that it stays in line with the training.
Yeah, that's
Awesome.
the only thing I would say add to also is just show them where the articles are so that they can, you know, they have what you showed them live, and then you can show them where to find the article about adding an account that's in Spanish, and then ask them to go do it themselves because there'll at least be some devices, and that way they can try it out and also refer back to the help while they're trying it out.
That's right. It's so like a wiki page in Spanish with links to the sumo articles. That's all you need, and you hand that out or give them a link to that.
Well, they'll have it right on their phone though.
Oh yes, of course, right.
Right. So you just tell them to go to the help and then long press the home button and switch to the email app to try it out, and they can switch back and forth between the article and the email app until they get it done. Right. And that sounded great to me. That sounded perfect. Perfect Spanish to me.
Sounds to me like, yeah, I mean, I have no idea, obviously.
No, that was great, and I really want to thank you for your hard work on this, and thanks to all the Spanish localizers and everyone who has worked on help articles, because that is the foundation on which we'll build this training and take it to our partners at Telefonica to show them all the, sort of top 100 things, probably maybe only top 50 things that they can do, the features that users might ask questions about on the phone for the how-tos. So thanks for your hard work and being willing to go and do this and meet with them and speak Spanish with them all day. I'll try to find out what the most used email is in Spain, and maybe there's probably a bunch of other things we can find out what's most used so that we give them the best possible sort of view into the features that their users will start using first.
So definitely these agents you're training, that Ralph's training, are going to be in Spain, training Spanish customers, or Colombian, or we don't know.
I'm sorry, say that again.
These agents that Ralph is training, are they going to be supporting customers in which countries? I guess.
In Spain.
Oh, so it's Spain, not Colombia, not Venezuela.
No, and then like 2 days later, we're gonna do another video training for Colombia.
Oh, okay.
And Rosanna's working from Colombia for a couple of weeks, so she's gonna go there and be in person with them, and we'll do the same training with them over video, or hopefully over video, if they have something set up that will work. But if not, worst case scenario, Rosanna will be there with her laptop to bring us to them and give them the same type of talk to show them around all the features and functionality, and then also give them a sense of what we think questions that might come up, and also tell them all about Sumo and how we do support on Twitter and our forums and the help articles and how they can collaborate with us on that if they wish.
Yeah.
So, so that's what Ralph and I are doing for the next few days. It's been pretty exciting. We're very, very happy for the opportunity. So, other questions or comments on this?
Cool.
Awesome. Okay. I have a placeholder for feedback for Firefox OS. Is there anything we need to put in there today? Did Chang leave behind any crumb trails for you, Tyler?
Chang has had a busy week with selling his or trying to find a place to live, so he'll look into feedback probably tomorrow or later this week, but he didn't have anything for me today.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Roland, you want to give your update?
Yeah, it's basically the same as last week. Firefox 21 continues to be awesome. That's probably confirmed. And Firefox 22 is coming. We are finished the research phase, and we should have finished writing the articles. But as I said last week, but this week I have a new thread. We do have a new tab UI in Firefox 22, and it will be very helpful if someone's install Firefox 22 beta, as well as Firefox 21, and compare them side by side. There's about 10 bugs linked to in that wiki page from that thread. And it would be a fun task to do. And then if you want, obviously, marks niche changes and edit the articles. And then for Firefox 23, for the help article day tomorrow, we have some simple edits that people can do. And someone asked me about the mobile group in Kitsune, and the intent of that group is to put everybody in it. I just put the people that were sort of newish in there, and just to ping people with announcements once a week. So I intend to resume that this week. Firefox 23.
That's cool.
Yes. Yes, and it's good that we are trying to keep on top of these things. Firefox 23 research phase, I guess, is starting this week or next. I guess next week, or it'll start when we have beta, I guess, or it'll start soon. I guess it's next week. They keep changing what's going into that release, which is normal. So have a look at the updated roadmap, which is tweaked on a weekly basis, probably more frequently at this point for Firefox 23, to have a sneak peek at what's coming in and what we might need to document for Sumo. Well, that's it.
Okay, cool. Patrick, did you have any updates for Marketplace or developer support this week?
No updates this week. Still working on getting the topics together for each of those for support, and then talk to Kadir today to see if some of the things that I needed to go on the roadmap or not. Apparently, most of the ask a question flows and stuff that I need would just go in the 25%. So, yeah, just trying moving forward.
Okay. Brahm, do you have any updates you want to make?
No, I got no updates. I've been sort of just busy with other stuff, with Marketplace and with Sumo. So, but I know that the Firefox OS IA sort of coming up. But I think like Kadir is sort of like mostly having that because I don't have enough time for it. But when I can, I sort of promise to devote time for it. But if I can.
Oh yeah, I should put my little list in here of, I really appreciate your giving the summary that you did of the IA for Firefox OS and your thoughts about it. And when I put all the sort of lists of ways to organize the topics, that data is really helpful. I do think we need to add some topics and for stuff like you just like you said about like email where it doesn't fit into other things. I mean, I know Patrick has said this too, and so I'll put my little list into the Etherpad of what I'm thinking
Yeah, or
for.
if there is a, or if you want to open a bug about discussing the IA, we can do that as well, and then we can post our thoughts. I feel like that's what I think that would be most helpful to me because I just simply just don't have enough time to to sort of do everything. So I think to hear ideas from all of you, I think would be excellent. Um, because I think we can, right? Because I don't have the solution either, right? Like nobody has it. I think it's going to be a combination of all of our solution. I think because obviously you know the documentation way better. So and yeah, so if I can hear that somewhere, if I can read that somewhere, I think that's like very useful for me because that's a good like springboard for me to work on or continue to work on, right? Rather than like a blank slate where I have to go through the three tables, sort of like drawing conclusion, right? But if I have something to start out with, I think that'll help me save some time.
Okay. Well, I put the little list that I'm thinking of. I mean, it's the same list we have today, plus like 4 new ones for SMS and email, multimedia apps, connecting to the internet, and then marketplace.
Cool.
Um, because those things are, um, I don't know, we have download and install apps right now. Um, but so I guess that's a maybe that's a removal. Um,
Yeah.
And that could probably be covered under the marketplace headings.
right.
Or it's the
And
same thing. Or it could be, that was what I was thinking as well. Where marketplace
right.
essentially is equivalent to download and install. Because I mean it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's
Even though it doesn't,
broadening the topic.
yeah. So it depends on how we name the topic. But then I guess it brings up the interesting problem of everything.me where it's like, oh, like you kind of, I guess you kind of download them or you kind of install them in their apps, but they're not marketplace, right? But that's sort of the only, so everything.me and like websites that offer their own install button are, because websites can do that, right? So those two are like the only exception to the marketplace model. Otherwise, the marketplace actually fits like every single case for download, install, uninstall, and manage like installed apps. So it might just be a case of like those everything.me or like installing apps on your website might be like a subtopic under marketplace, or it's like marketplace and apps might be one, right? So yeah, but yeah, generally I agree. They should all be like under one topic. Um, and it should be called, I think it should be called like a derivative of a marketplace because marketplace is such a strong word and like you see it on the screen. So just like email where like you see it on the screen and therefore it's powerful because you can associate the two. Marketplace might be helpful, but whether we should use marketplace verbatim or not, I don't know.
Right. And the whole the everything.me search, which technically is called the adaptive app search. I mean, it
Okay.
can also be, but it can be under search too, right? Like it can be connected to download and install in Marketplace. It can also be connected to search, which is maybe a basic um,
Learn the basics.
part of learning the basics. I don't know. I mean, I really think, and this is something Patrick has commented on too, that basics, learning the basics is of your mobile is, what are the buttons? And like, what's the just basics of navigating, right? How do you swipe to get to things? Where's the notification tray? What happens when you push the button, the one button, the home button, that is. Um, and then how do I make calls, right? Like, how is the phone a phone? But again, it's tricky to try to put them into a higher or smaller set of categories, but I thank you for the optimal sort stuff that you did, and it's helping. So I know you don't have a lot of time for this right now, but
Yeah,
that all
I'll have
that
some
data is
time.
very helpful.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, I'll make time. I'll devote some time to it, and we'll see. So yeah, so thanks for like continually reminding me to do that because I need to do it. Like I really need to do it. So yeah.
That's okay. I mean, again, I think we're right at the beginning of this. We're going to learn a lot once we have actual users coming and hitting the site, and we'll just have to keep sort of tweaking things to make them right as the OS changes and as we find out what things, people have trouble finding, for example. So, okay. I forgot about that. I'm glad we got to chat about it for a little bit. Other updates? Oh, Noah's asking about the phones. Yeah, they're not here yet. So,
Yeah, the
um,
vein of shipping
no,
real
as
atoms.
close as we have to anything is London still. They were supposed to show up yesterday and we haven't heard about them yet. So for the US. But I'm pinging people every day about it. So hopefully soon. Okay. No problem. Thank you guys. Thanks everyone. Have a great week. Um,
All
Safe
right.
travels to Ralph
Yeah,
and
be careful.
yeah.
Keep your passport
And of
around your
course,
neck or something.
yeah, if you have questions about anything, always just ping or send me a message and I will try to find the answers.
Yeah.
Okay,
Ciao.
thank
Right.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay. See you later. Thanks.
Bye bye.